Who are you? Who are you?
Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside of us. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. Oh, all the pain and sadness that you feel. Believe in me, hold me close, don't never let me go. Come and stay with me forever. Magic lives so long as I am here.
Wow. Okay, I just clicked back into the game and I've never heard that intro before, but that was interesting. Okay, that was actually really cool. Anyway, how do you do? A minute into the video, I'm just doing my intro. How do you do, Storyteller here, back with another episode of Cinderella Phenomenon. And just pulling my chair a little bit because I can't see your beautiful faces from this far away. Anyway, let's continue our game. And we were in the kitchen of this weird house we woke up in. ... as I'm so fond of not saying. What is this place? There are several people in the room chatting amiably with each other. I see no one. I noticed the girl that had left me the salve by the counter serving drinks. But as soon as the people in the room notice me, the room falls into immediate silence. ... Well, look at what we have here. That's not the Russian woman. Well, look at what we have here. The Ice Princess herself. Huh? They know who I am? I didn't think it was true. Cursed for her cold-heartedness, as to be expected. You remember who I am, and yet you still treat me like this? Well, you aren't really a princess anymore, are you? You're one of us now, girl. Everyone, please, you shouldn't be treating a newcomer like this. Princess, let me apologize. They mean no offense. I cannot believe... Oh, that's me. I cannot believe that. Not when the people Parfait is referring to simply smirk and shrug as I meet their gazes. What is this place? Welcome to the Merchant Tavern, or Marchant Tavern. A home for those with the fairy tale curse. You make it sound like some kind of holiday house. Don't ruin my moment, Delora. Marchant Tavern? The Marchant was built here 3 years ago, when the number of cursed in Angelb continued to rise. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading. The goal is to gather those affected so they might help each other to break their curse. Okay. Of course, I am also here to provide help as necessary. Only the cursed and those allied with our cause can stay here. The evil and wicked can never find this place. Most of the people here are cursed. How come these people remember who I am? The cursed are not affected by the conditions of someone else's curse. Your condition is simple. Everyone has forgotten you are the crown princess. But because these people here are cursed, they still remember your title. They didn't a minute ago. It goes without saying that fairies and witches are also not affected. Come, princess, let me introduce you to a few boarders we have at the Marchant. Parfait beckons the serving girl over. This is a niece. She helps out in the Marchant and does most of the cooking. I'm sure you understand why she's working here now. ... Yeah, that's my fault. I believe she deserves an apology. Miss Delora, what are you talking about? Don't worry your sweet little head over it. You don't remember what this Ice Princess did to you. Huh? I have nothing to apologize for. Clumsiness does not befit a palace maid. I only did what was necessary. Well, it's nice to finally meet you, Princess. I'm Anise Willow. I hope we get along. Awkward silence. Really, this is how you're going to start doing good? I don't believe I asked for your opinion. Please, you two, no fighting. I hold my tongue as parfait leads me to two other people whose faces are incredibly familiar. Not to me, they're not. They're faces I have seen in the palace before. This is Jurian Valiant and Garland Belrot. Who's who? How did you know? Both of you were in the Order of Caldera? I don't know who is who. That's right. They were two of Sir Alcaster's best knights. It was a big surprise when they both left a year ago. I only found out recently it was because they acted against Sir Alcaster's orders. They were stripped of their titles and dishonorably discharged from their services. What are you two doing here? We help the fairies, I say in a neutral voice because I don't know who's talking. They and Anise are exceptions, and are allowed in this tavern without the curse. Jurian and Garland lend us their strength to help protect the Marchen. Protect? From the witches, they'd do anything to make sure their curses remain unbroken. And what about you? I am an exception. Also, I'm good. You keep forgetting the good part. Remember, not all witches are evil. Your curse is a test. A test? Originally, the wicked were cursed so they could learn to change. Their curses were meant to teach them a lesson. I'm hoping your curse will teach you a lesson too, Ice Princess. I really am only trying to help you. I don't need you to show me how to change. I just want my life back. Well, to do that, you have to break your curse. Try and make some friends, Princess. They might be able to help you break your curse. Oh, I'd love to hang around and watch the princess try to be friendly. We have work to do, Delora. Fine. Try not to make any more enemies, Princess. Okay. The instant Parfait and Delora leave the room, the temperature drops several degrees. Hold on, I need a drink. Non-name brand. There we go. Now that I am alone, I feel the cold stares return. Disgust, contempt, as if I am the reason they are cursed and have to take refuge in the Marchen in the first place. Make friends. All I've ever had are my dolls. I've never needed friends. I will break this curse on my own. I was told it was rude to stare. One man suddenly stands up, the anger apparent on his face. You look like the guy that tried to mug me in the alley. His hands clench and unclench into fists as he glares at me pointedly. Jurian and Garland place themselves in front of me, shielding me from the man. You know the rules. What happened in the past stays in the past. I don't know who's talking. Garland. And no one is allowed to harm anyone else in the Marchen. If you cannot comply, you are no longer welcome here. Tisk. No matter. The Ice Princess will get what's coming to her. He throws one last glare my way before sitting down again. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that tried to mug me in the alley. Break the rules and you'll get what's coming to you. That goes for everyone here. Jurian's tone is cold and firm. There's no doubt she means what she says. Jurian is the girl. Good to know. So these are the great knights of the Order of Caldera. The marching begins to settle down and everyone eventually goes back to their conversations and meals. I walk toward an empty table, realizing that I am deliberately ignored. I become immersed in my thoughts as I sit down. One thought, however, comes to me immediately. They hate me. They hate me somehow when I've only ever left the palace twice in my life. How did this happen? The only people who treated me with any respect were Annis, Jurian, and Garland. Is it because they cannot remember who I am? Maybe being in the marching is not such a good idea. I doubt anyone here wants to help me break my curse. They'd probably rather see me suffer under its weight. 3 good deeds. How am I supposed to complete 3 when I do not know if I can even accomplish 1? May I join you? Oh, it's the beautiful Russian lady. May I join you? I look up and stare in shock at the beautiful lady from the toy shop. Her beauty still manages to take my breath away. What is she doing here? You were in the toy shop. Ah, yes, I was there picking up some items for a friend. I'm humbled you still remember me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Karma. That sounds like a very intentional name. Your name is Karma? Yeah, Karma. A suitable name for someone as beautiful as me, no? Now you're vain. I like you a little bit less. Oh, and it's you too, Walt. Karma, your narcissism is going to scare the princess away. Oh, you're that magician boy. Boy? Oh, how appropriate, boy. You're not a boy? A little confused, you look like a boy. Call me that one more time and I'll ruin that pretty face of yours. Trying to tell me you're an adult? Because I want this cleared up. You would hit a lady. How savage. ... Anyway, I'm Waltz Kressel. I have the Neverland curse. Oh, you're... how can I put this? Okay, you're like Peter Pan. I was gonna try to phrase it cleverly to where I'm not copywriting anybody, but he's from Peter Pan. Are you one of the Lost Boys? That'd be cool. Because I love the story of Peter Pan. It's one of my favorite Disney cartoons, actually. Peter Pan. Anyway. What about you, princess? What's your fairy tale curse? ... Does everyone share what their curse is? Why don't I just share? Who cares? Just tell them you're the Cinderella curse. We talk about it freely in the marching. The whole point is helping each other to break our curses, after all. Sorry, itchy nose. Hard to do if we keep our fairy tales quiet. He pauses, then narrows his eyes slightly. Well, some people keep their fairy tales a secret. He eyes Karma briefly, cocking an eyebrow. The smile never leaves Karma's face. Oh, do you not know what her fairy tale is? If I guess, I'd just say she's evil just because she's pretty. All pretty people must be evil. My opinion. Oh, forgot to shelter that. Ignore the fact that that had a label on it. Has anyone managed to break their curses? I've been told that a few have. A few? That's not very reassuring. Well, at least the curses can be broken. I cannot particularly say that I cannot particularly say that reassures me either. Why do you have to talk so jumbled? Just say normal words. What ails you, my... What... Words. What ails you, darling? Is it your curse? You can talk about it. To us about it. Tell us what it is. ... Cinderella. Oh goodness, Cinderella. That explains the nature of your curse. Only it's been reversed, hasn't it? Riches to rags. That's one way of putting it. Karma, you're not helping. You really are better off ignoring him. But, what? Hold up, what? Hold up. What? You're better off ignoring him? He speaks nonsense? You trying to tell me Russian creepy person is a guy? Question mark? That would explain why I was rescued by a guy that looked just like that in the alley. Is it a guy? He? Yeah, he. Karma. ... Oh. Didn't mean to let that cat out of the bag. Well, this is awkward. Princess? Parfait's voice takes me by surprise. I hadn't even noticed her entering the room again. Nope, I still have questions. Is that their curse, or is that by choice? Because I'm a little creeped out, because first it's a girl, then it's a guy, then it's a girl. I'm a little confused. What is it? There we go. Sorry guys if it hasn't been recording. It's only been a few seconds, but for some reason my recording said it was recording, but then it said it wasn't. So anyway, it's only been a few seconds. We talked to Parfait. She said she wanted to introduce us to somebody who we already know. And it turns out Rod, our stepbrother, was cursed, and this rabbit on his shoulder is speaking for him. So Rod is mute, but all of his thoughts come through the rabbit. So it's pretty much what I already knew. Rabbit speaks for him, but now we know he's cursed, and it's the mermaid curse. I don't know what that means, I have no idea. But apparently everyone else in the family knew except me, Story. I was left out from knowing the secret that Rod was cursed. That's all that's happened. We've just been talking about that. What are you doing here, though? I've been trying to help Rod with his curse. That's why he comes to the margin from time to time. But I don't even want... ... Anyway, I only came here today to confirm that you were truly cursed. I wanted to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, that's the voice I've been doing for the rabbit, by the way. It was a big surprise when I woke up one day and you weren't in the palace. An even bigger surprise when I found out no one remembered you. It's been days since I was cursed. I wonder, how are things in the palace? Livelier. Happier. Happier? I've never seen my family happier than they are now. I'd say it's a good thing you aren't the princess anymore. That's just cold. I always thought Rod didn't really care about me regardless, but this is the truth. Oh, I have to make a choice here? Hold on, save. Yeah, okay. So this is how you truly feel? I don't feel like that's how he really feels if he cares about me at all. You hate me? You have no right to start acting the victim now. Not when you've treated my family with such disrespect. The only reason I didn't say anything before is because Evangeline didn't want me to. I met Emmy. I'm happier too now that you're gone. I don't have to pretend to like you anymore. ... Wait. Can I see what... Yeah, can I see what happens if I do the other thing? So this is how you truly feel. So I have to be cursed for you to open up to me about how you truly feel. The only reason I didn't say anything earlier was because Emmy didn't want me to. I'm happier too now that you're gone. Oh, he says the same thing. I'm going to return to the palace now. Or at least we don't play like the victim like we did in the last one. I'm gone and they're all happier. Your very existence has been erased from the palace. They've never known you. That doesn't mean they're happy without you. Even the king. What did I expect? Why did you bring me here? The people in the Marchen, they... I shouldn't have left you alone in there. I'm sorry. You know how they felt about me. What have I ever done to them? Now isn't the right time to explain. When will it ever be the right time? So many things have already happened to you. I need you to be patient, Story. Has the prince already left? Yes, he has. Princess, we'll talk about this later. For now, you must focus on breaking your curse. Did I miss something? No. Right. Maybe the fairy is right. I don't think I'm ready to find out how I made so many people hate me. Well, Parfait, I think it's time we get down to business. What should we do with her? What are you talking about now? You, of course. You've got nowhere to go, right? She is right. I think back to the days I spent on the streets and shiver. I will do anything so long as I don't have to go back there. The princess can stay at the Marchen with me and the rest of my boarders. I'd almost forgotten what hope felt like. But you'll have to work in exchange for a room. I celebrated too soon. What? Magic has its limitations, just like anything else. Money doesn't appear out of thin air, not even for a fairy. The Marchen doesn't attract many customers since only the cursed and a few others can enter. I cannot talk. I sell my potions here and there, but I have several hungry mouths to feed, and my funds are tight. I thought fairies lived in luxury. Parfait, are you broke? Ouch, even the Ice Princess can tell. And yet you still take people in. That's always been how Parfait operates. She's good-natured to a fault. I'm told suffocating beneath my debt will be what kills me. Sorry. Why don't you just leave? I assume you make enough to take care of yourself. Leave someone who's in need of help. I could never. And that, princess, is how goodness works. How goodness works. It is not as if I accept freeloaders. All my boarders help me to run the Marchen and do errands. The princess has never worked a day in her life. I doubt she'll be useful. If karma can be useful, anyone can. I've yet to see karma be anything but useless. Princess, you're more than welcome to stay if you're willing to help out. It's the least you can do in exchange for a roof over your head and 3 meals a day. Oh, and shoes. ... Do I even have a choice? Oh, I didn't actually get to choose. That was just a given. I toss and turn in bed, unable to fall asleep. The mattress is hard and the sheets are itchy, nothing at all like the bed I had in the palace. What I would give for my old bed again, for any of the comforts of home. I miss my dolls. Lady Parfait! Lady Parfait! I sit up immediately. What's going on? I leave my room to investigate. Some of the other Marchen boarders, Waltz, Jurian, and Garland, are sitting on the the couch, looking anxious. What's happening? Sorry, did we wake you? No, but the noises Garland was making would have woken the dead. Jurian and I found an injured man while doing our rounds. We brought him here. An injured man? Wait, what were you doing outside? It's almost 1 a.m. Nothing you need to worry about. Oh. Lady Parfait and Annis are tending to the man now. These people, will they help just anyone they find on the streets? What if this man is dangerous? Do you think the witches got to him? It's possible. We'll have to find out when he wakes up. The next day, Parfait reveals that the man only suffered minor head injuries. She says she expects him to wake soon. I look at the tray of food in my hands. Annis has asked me to bring it up to the stranger's room while she finishes the rest of her cooking. I would never have been asked to do this in the palace. Goodness, what's that poor tray done to you to deserve that look? I must say that it's odd to see the princess doing something nice for someone. What do you want? I have something to ask the man that was brought in last night. Seeing as you're being good enough to deliver breakfast, I thought I'd just tag along with you. If you're going, just bring the tray up yourself. You're not in any position to delegate your duties to me, Miss Story. Come on, our guest must be famished. Seeing no way out, I followed Delora to the spare room the man had been put in. Come in. I remember you from the title screen we saw in the beginning of this episode. I thought the man would have been old, but to my surprise he looks young, probably in his early 20s. He's wearing glasses, I just want to comment. Kind of unfitting for this time period, but I'm assuming we're kind of leaping through different time periods since this is fairy tales. He seems lost in reverie as he stares at a small notebook. Good morning, good to see you awake and breathing. The man looks up at her as when she speaks. The instant he sees us, his eyes widen. ... Why is he staring at us like that? His eyes don't look like they've widened unless his eyes were completely closed before. Just saying. Am I dead? What? I'm in heaven. Or maybe you two are angels that have fallen out of it. Oh boy. ... I see. What can a humble gentleman like myself do for you lovely ladies? He says with a wink. Oh boy. You must have gotten bashed on the head pretty hard. Ah, you could join me on this... Oh my gosh. Oh my, I really don't like you. And yet you amuse me. It's very comfortable and there's plenty of room for both of you. I'll follow your lead on this one, Princess. Princess? Oh, of course. Such a beautiful lady could only be a princess. Look at the noble way you hold up that tray. Oh, I want to throw the tray at him. Can I do a quick save? Oh, let me do a quick save. Okay, return. I want to throw the tray at him. Can I throw the tray at him? I'm tempted to let you. Feisty as well. Oh, be still my beating heart. Huh? Okay. You... Oh, he's awake! Another lovely lady has entered my chambers. I don't think my heart can handle the perfection of 3 of you at once. My gosh. Wow. And I just want to say both of them are crying right now. Look at these two. They're both crying. And she's angry. I think I know what I think I know what Casanova has... I think I know how Casanova here got those head injuries. Probably. Some lady decided she'd have enough of his rubbish and wanted to punish him. Delora, patience. He might not even be in the right state of mind right now. He did take injuries to the head after all. I'm not surprised. The man finally stops to look at just me. He narrows his eyes and stares so hard I almost want to slap him. What? You're familiar. But no, it's impossible. Aren't you the crown princess? What are you doing here? If he knows, then he's... Well, he's finally not... Well, he's definitely not a witch or a fairy. It can only mean one thing if he recognizes the ice princess. I can't read. What is your name, good sir? I would answer that question you ask of me, madame, but... The man looks down at the notebook in his hands. I don't remember. Ah. Great. Amnesia? I know everything about Angel, and yet I don't know the first thing about myself. Except that I have the Rumpelstiltskin curse. Let me guess. If you can remember your name, your memories will come back, and you'll be restored to normal. Your curse will break. Rumpelstiltskin. Is that a fairy tale? I knew it! He's got the fairy tale curse. Fairy tale curse? Do you remember how to break it? From what I remember, I need to collect 3 memories and get them to appear in this journal as entries. Okay, not what I expected. I thought you'd have to know your name. You know, like Rumpelstiltskin, guess his name. He shows us the notebook he's been holding on to since we entered the room. My first memory is waking up and holding this. I thought there would be information in here, but it's empty. Another victim of the curse. You must be tired. Story will leave your breakfast here and will give you some time to yourself. We'll be outside if you need anything else. Rumpelstiltskin. What's that fairy tale about? Delora does not do a good job of hiding her laughter. She snorts and I cross my arms, embarrassed. Mother burned the fairy tales in the palace before I got a chance to read all of them. Fine, I'll keep it short. Once upon a time there was a girl that was said to be able to spin straw into gold. The king found her and locked her up in a tower. He said he wouldn't let her out until she turned all of the straw in the room into gold. But the girl was just a regular human girl. She knew she'd never be able to turn the straw into gold and feared that she would be locked up forever. That was when an odd little man appeared before her and offered to do the job for her if she gave him something in return. The girl gave him her necklace, and the man spent the rest of the night spinning the straw into gold. However, the girl wasn't released. The second night she was given more straw to spin, and the little man appeared once more, this time she gave him her ring. On the third night, the king ordered her to spin the straw one last time, and if she did, she would be released and made his queen. However, that night the girl had nothing left to give the little man, so they made an agreement. He would spin the straw into gold for her, so long as she gave him her first child. I personally never understood why the girl would want to marry the king in the first place. Hush, I'm trying to tell a story here. Years passed, and the queen finally gave birth to her first child. That night, the odd little man returned and demanded his due, but the queen didn't want to give up her child. The man then said that he wouldn't take the child if the queen was able to guess his name in 3 days. The man's name was Rumpelstiltskin. Did she guess it? Oh, yeah. The night before her time was officially up, as the queen was drawn to the forest by the sound of a little voice. She saw the little man celebrating his upcoming victory, singing about how nobody had ever or ever would guess his real name, which was Rumpelstiltskin. He does not sound particularly smart. So agrees the general populace. Sometimes I wonder how Hans was able to come up with such tall tales. Well, the Marchen is opening soon. I expect another busy day. Especially busy for you, Story. You need to start coming up with good deeds. Alright guys, I'm actually going to stop it here, so let's save really quickly. And I'm going to end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. We've made some good progress. I think we've made some good choices up until this point. Hopefully we're going to get along with everybody else and learn to make some friends and break our curse eventually. But not before learning how to be a nice person. So anyway, this has been episode, I think, 3 of Cinderella Phenomenon, and I am enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!